All right, welcome back. Now we're going to have a conversation this morning about the rich heritage of Northern traditional music or Northern music traditions. Now, again, as earlier on in the week, I was joined by Sadiq Shahadu. He's joined me again, and he is the regional ambassador for indigenous communities at Art and Feminism. And he's joined me here with Mr. Kareem, who is the drummer. Now, he's going to be giving us some rhythms and on a talking drum. And Sadiq is also going to try and interpret what the drums are saying for us. Good morning, Sadiq.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
It's good to have you back.
Good to have you again.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about music across the northern regions of Ghana.
Okay.
Just generally give us a sense of the different types of music across the different communities in the north.
Okay, all right. So for music, we have, because the Lunga is here, I'll start with Lunga. We have the Lunsi. Mm-hmm. We have the, the Lunsi, they are typically like orators. They speak, they do the drumming, and they communicate with the drums.
Okay.
So that is the Lunsi. We also have most of the dances.
So the Lunsi, is it a type of music tradition?
Yes.
It's a music tradition?
Yes. The other day I spoke about Dan Kaltuma.
Yeah.
Dan Kaltuma is like work for various clans in Dagbang.
Okay.
So the Lunsi, they have their own clan. I will talk about the history behind that.
Sure.
Yeah, so we have the Lunsi, we have Simpa, we have the Damba Yila, Damba songs, we have the Bamaya songs, they all have songs. We have even Biyuel Yila. Biyuel Yila is like lullaby.
Okay.
Even when somebody, like if a child, you want to put a child to bed. Yeah. So they are different. We have those for Kuyila. Kuyila means funeral songs.
Okay.
So there are a lot of them that he would try to do, and then we'll interpret it as we go along.
Okay. Now, I noticed that for a lot of music traditions across the northern regions, there are maybe three key instruments. There's a stringed instrument, and then we have the drums, obviously. The drum play a very major role.
Yeah.
And then we also have the xylophone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any other instruments as well that come into
So
play?
we have one instrument called jinjelang.
Jinjelang. Okay.
Jinjelang is like a guitar made of just a simple stick with a calabash, and then the thread, instead of thread, they use wire.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be wire. And with gonji, you know, gonji is a little bit like a guitar. It has those guitar strings that you can play with your hand.
Okay.
For the jinjelang, it's just a one rope thread. I said thread. What's the name?
A wire.
Wire. It complements bottle. So they play it with bottle. And the difference between the gonji, they play with daule. The daule that they did the other day, the two metal and then the horn of a sheep.
A sheep, yes.
For the difference between that one and the jinjelang is the jinjelang, because of the sound of the wire, it cannot go with the daule. So it has its own complement, which is like bottle. So they use bottle to complement it. I think there's a video on that. We will play.
Yeah, let's take a look at that video. So give us a sense of what it's all about.
Jumala woman, Juna be to your woman, no Kolaba, to you, no man, no Kolaba, Abajan, Gilmala, to you, woman. From Uncle Banyan and young Okolam Banga, about to you, woman. Amaka, your Banya. Nadia, yellow.
All right, so we have the
Jinjelam.
and the gonji.
The gonji.
Okay,
so
now,
there are two different things.
Okay, now I want to find out what ceremonies were those.
Okay, so the first, the Jinjelam one is like a community coming together to listen to words of wisdom.
Okay.
They are normally played at places where maybe people are working, like when they are harvesting, or they are doing any activity that needs like some energy.
Okay.
So when they play, he makes a lot of he recites a lot of poems like along the way for them to listen while they are working. So it helps, it motivates them to be able to work effectively. So that is the purpose of that.
Okay.
You can also play it at other functions like maybe Damba or other places, but typically they use it for work to energize people when they are working. And for Gonje, we can play it at Damba and even funerals or outdooring weddings. We can play Gonji at those functions. And Gonji, as you see, it looks a little bit different from the Jinjelam. So that is the difference between the Gonji and the Jinjelam and their purpose.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what other music traditions do we have?
So we have the Long. The Long, that is what he's holding now. The Longa.
The Long.
And so the group, the people, we call them Lonsi.
Okay.
It's also like a clan, a work clan.
Okay.
So they have their own clan. And when we talk about Lonsi, you know that these people are Lonsi. Okay. These people are Nakwaha, which are like butchers.
Okay.
As I mentioned, the bank has
what you mentioned the other time.
Clan.
Okay.
So what he's holding, Lundole, this one is Lundole, and what he's holding is the Lung itself.
So the stick is referred to as the Lundole.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And the drum itself is Lunga.
Lunga. Okay. So let's hear what it sounds like.
Okay. So during the play, he will be saying several, like so many things.
Okay.
We also use it to like praise people. So if, for example, I'm a king or a chief, there's a praise that they say when they are playing it for people to know that this is where I come from or these are my ancestors.
Okay.
So he will demonstrate one for us to see. Okay. So teacher. Communicating with us, all that he's doing is communication. Okay. So if you are from that clan and you are watching, you will definitely know what he's doing. I may not be able to say everything here, but he's actually talking to me right now.
I see. Yeah. All right. So this is what I want to say. If you're from the clan and you happen to be watching, all right, send us a message if you understand what he's playing. Okay, WhatsApp us at 0550585832. That's a number to send us that message on. And some of you I know are outside Ghana. You want to contribute to the show, add +233 to that number. We want to hear from you if you can understand what he's saying with the drums. Okay, let's continue.
Okay. Salama.
Yule sama yabu nang lamla ya ku wambu buru zambu pawya ayabu barsana kong banna kasana nyam yakun pam ya po bar dam nu ya ku badu dam lan jarga kong pamba ya ku zulan na mable bangar ulur tumanga katumang lur selma kambang da puza se kambang ka chanjir diyal pawbi boble ya kwan dogna belan na biago mon benam samba be chirgir biare diel parbi shanu kambang do puza se kambang ka chanjir diel parbi shanu ya kwan dogna mandare na buru no nyara ndare ya kabando kabule tamba kol gu mal nyara bala ma tir yung lan sagma kule mo karwa de jero mo pale panda go tablo balbe tahman mun so ya kunnon kul gare wilma dalman so na wunya ando ayam nang tukla yire sabru la yire shaglu ko per lang ko ga kablu go die mi boble sa pandang tanga ka salbu ga zombale ayam no wakta me dangdu ka garanga wum ci o jam wilma ayam nang na mandare andan do ayam sabuna bu kaljiya ba mi nim die mi afran die mi parvla nyam parvnyar la nyamru lan tamu jing yala andan mansuna wunya ando ayam no soglan na bala sare ayam dirgam mayama bi kunnu sankurun yel bandir sugla kungu kachama nyama ayam no na mandare ya andan do lam man chama ayam nan jang ngo fashion bi tuwa parmi man kanu zambalanda ya dum kuro ko nyina lang pan jo kuro pune nyam lam man kan so na wune ando abanya ya na nya garba kursa pa sare bi wa le bi yin do yara yel parmi garba
Okay. Tall. Yeah. So what he did, he said so many things.
Okay.
And through the drumming and what he said, he's actually praising me. He's mentioning my grandfathers, where I come from, my great-grandfathers,
Wow.
what they were doing,
Okay.
and what they have done. So through the drumming and all that he said so many things. So that is their rule. And these people are very important in our history. They started during the time of, like, from where we started from.
Okay.
And they are more like the journalists in the kingdom. So if you hear about Lunga or Lunsi, they are typically like journalists.
Okay.
When they go to war, they don't kill them. You cannot kill a Lunga.
It's like you can't target them
You can't
because
target them.
their job is not
To report.
fight. It's just to report what's happening. Okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
modern day journalism, you go to war, you report what happened, how people were killed, how many people were killed. So he goes there to get all this information.
Yeah.
How the other person was killed and how he flew, like
Yeah.
the kind of miracle that the person performed. He is able to keep all this record, so he'll be able to tell people, and whoever grows up will know what happened during that time. So that is their job. And they also praise what he's doing, praising me. He can praise any other person based on where you are coming from. We have people from Kumbong, Tolong, all of them, all these places that you have heard of,
Yeah.
Karaga, Savlugu, Tolong,
Yeah.
Kumbong,
Yeah.
Yendi,
Yeah.
they all have their praises. So
Okay.
if you are from that
Part
town,
of- yeah.
yeah, they have a way of like praising you.
Okay.
So that is what they do.
Interesting.
And when you kill such a person in a battlefront, there can be a calamity for you. It won't be easy for you. You may not even like survive. Something terrible can happen to you.
Wow.
It is forbidden to kill alone in a battlefield.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting. So we have some messages coming through. The guest on the Citi TV this morning has limited the whole of the northern music tradition to the Dagombes. Is it true? Have you limited it to the Dagombes?
No, we haven't. So we are talking about Moli Dagbani. So
Yeah.
this thing, I think Moshi and the Mampusi and then the Nanumba, all of
Okay.
them do the same thing.
Okay. All
And
right.
because of time purpose, we will not be able to talk about
So,
other places.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's asking if you can elaborate a little on the xylophone. Of course, we don't have a xylophone.
Yes,
here,
we don't
but at
have a
least-
xylophone. So xylophone is for people from the upper west, the Wala people. They do the xylophone. We don't do xylophone.
Okay.
Yeah, the Dagombes don't do xylophone. They do the lunsi.
Okay.
And the lunsi, they have how do I even put it? Like we have the head, the journalists, their association, the head. They also have something like that.
Okay.
And the head is Yab Namona. So he's a king.
So there's actually a king,
king
in charge of
in charge
that
of
whole
that,
clan.
in charge of that, yeah.
Okay, some more messages here. I am Princess from Tolong and a Machela.
Machela.
Machela is
Machela.
what, a blacksmith.
Blacksmith.
Okay. Latifa Isa is okay. So she says she's a princess.
Yes.
From Tolong.
Yes.
And she's also a blacksmith.
Yes.
She said Latifa Isa is her name.
Okay.
And she says to please say well done to you, Sadiq, for she says
Nice.
Mo. All right.
Mommy, thank you.
Yeah, all right. Fantastic. So then tell the Mbalon, is that correct?
Mbalon.
Mbalon. Okay. That the recent late Kapana
Kapana.
was my grandfather. So she's waiting to be praised.
Okay.
So can you sing something to her? Can we praise her?
Anto praise Kapana. Okay. We can do that.
Yeah, so let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's do it. And then you tell us what he's done when he's done.
Yeah.
So
Yelma, Jamori.
Ama nyela guma nabi anyela sinche nabi ya. Ta dabati kupu nya dabulambi nya. Nyama baya bana na sirle. Mun jamber na ne levlore. Nyam ka shan ko pier banzak se panyu boble. Nyam gonda kum sun wani yirgatunga. Yalla betu kwa nam zavli sabir sun na lagma kurte. Na sirle ndo tongla na yam sa silma dera dun kanyina dan fablu. Kana la sinche nabi ya. Nyama yabin nang tamal da tama azma mabelin zabr tabato nyam sura min ko garo lan san tala azm da pal bono bugle ayaw na kpakpa ya kabulo shari man no shali shal kun no shali dagba me yan tamal patanga tenen shimi kabkana ama tla yan shimi kabkulbi biya guma zubinya nyama ya ban so ya pamya aden to ya non pangurbiya ayaw tamal de kemna parpolo durti ya watabrum da zo zomi tie mo yan dan yibo ngum faro min biya yoma baccan ka dona sagla sakkan da barzana magorla ambi ngun sagna naje ama ngundol lan sagra fiang ama sakkan ma bonnung bakam chen yiron magorla ambi nda yibo zo anyala sinchena biya dona yam boda sa nabinya ta dabati ku punya da burlambinya nyamo yang nan ka kpagla na par ya chichir no mi dungum betar de ngun yelle ayam te kan yilo kumbarga gumazu binya ama cheche breton kulusubiya abaya no namna nasirli ndo zorlan desara ama tarnja sulman tosule kan da sol par fielga tinyo bor wala ko sonda ban ami to kube ama sonya magorlambi wal balle.
Wow. I mean, I'm just smiling sheepishly as if I understand what he's saying. But tell us what he's saying.
I did understood what he was saying, but not too deep. These are really, really difficult to understand. Even myself, I may not be. I will have to sit down and think about
just
my
give us a sense of what he was.
So he mentioned where where the person
comes from. The princess Latifa Issa.
Yeah, who the grandfather was the grandmother. What they were. And he also mentioned a lot from Tamale. It's like he mentioned that people from Tamale says that we are just here in Tamale. That is not our hometown. It's just like Accra, that everybody comes here to settle. Many of the people in Accra are like people from different parts of the world. So many things he said, which it will take me a lot of time.
All right. Anyway, we're enjoying some delicacies also from the north, and so Miriam is going to come and give you some sobolo to just sample and tell us what you think of it. Okay. So yeah. So let me read some messages before we move on. Good morning, David. I'm really enjoying your show. My regards to the Long. I hope I'm pronouncing Long correct. Okay. So the Long and the ambassador. I am Hassan Babana from Tamale. Other tools used are, and I think he's talking about the musical instruments, chagla, the yiligu, the biegu, and then kalimbo.
We did that the other day.
Okay. All right. Then
so if you can go to YouTube and check the previous
I think that was 2 days ago.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday. Okay. Yeah. All right, so then it says, Citi, we really appreciate this. This is Wumbei from Tamale. And this one says, my name is Abdul Wadudu Ashiri. And he says, he was praising Na Yakubu Nanto and his children.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Fantastic, fantastic. Another message here. This one is coming all the way from Liberia. And he says, my name is Emmanuel Tyrone Tiger Marshall. And he says, thanks for the show. I'm a lover of music. I'm watching you from Liberia. And that's, of course, on our Facebook stream. Thank you for sending in all those messages. But as you can see, a lot of people are really enjoying what's going on here. Just sort of wrap it up for us. What else should we know about music from the northern parts of Ghana?
So for music, the other one, the Damba, I don't know whether we have the Damba video.
Okay, if it's there, it'll play.
Okay,
yeah,
so the Damba too, let me talk about Simpa. We haven't talked about that. Simpa dance, it's a music that we adapted somewhere and we owned it. We adapted it and we modernized it, we customize it to suit our own culture. So Simpa, when they can perform it during funerals, and they normally start it in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, yeah. Okay. So when they are doing funeral, they do it throughout the night, from morning to evening. So they have different times that various musicians or drummers comes to play. So their typical time is like from 12 going down. And during that, we have women coming together to dance. They normally, it's like twerking. You see them shaking their, you know, yeah. So they twerk, and then the man talks and sings. So the Gawani, we call that person Gawani. So they try to dress like a lady somehow. They would tie something along the waist.
Yes, we watched that on Tuesday when we talked about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the Simpa dance. Or the Simpa music. Okay. It's very melodious and it's a little bit like calm. Okay. It's not like aggressive. Okay. It's only the dance that you see them shaking. The man to also try to shake by tying something.
What about the Bamaya? I remember we talked on it briefly.
Yes, so the Bamaya too is, we have different kinds of songs that they sing during Bamaya. Bamaya too is a night show. Okay. It's also a night show, but early in the night, and then during that they sing different types of
so I think
songs.
That's what we're looking at.
Yeah, so this is the Bamaya song.
Okay. Nice. All right, so there we have it. Yes, you're talking about something else.
Yeah, we have another video that one person was singing. He's also doing the Lunsi Salma. I don't know if we have that video.
The Lunsi Salma.
And what he did now,
what he's
doing it without the drums.
Okay.
So if we have the video, and I want to use this platform to, you know, pray for him. He's one of the greatest sons of our land. He died, I think, last year.
Oh dear.
He's in America. He lives in America, and he has helped Dagbang so much with his platform. Where he has reached. He works with Ernst and Young. His name is Zubukali. Okay. He's a very great person. A lot of people know about him. And
let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that video.
Yamana gungobna zangwanu zangmer buatanga kadabang nang wurman sai nai kong wundi yoktolanam lalbala zanjina na tutur biya nyama ko bor yoktolan no di yabna na kun lan wuyore na tutur binda wala wuyore ba bor la yoktolan no di gupandar lan kushibona tutur bi ko ba bor la yoktolan no di La quella zanjina na tuturu biya nyama ogo borla yotolani.
All right, so Sadiq, what's his name again?
Zubukale.
Zubukale.
Okay.
So he really pushed
for the
traditional music.
The traditional music. He lives. He used to live in America. He died last year. May his soul rest in peace.
Yes, we pray for his soul. All right. So just before we go off, let me just read a few more messages here. This is coming from Mohammed Ibrahim Al Hassan, and he says, "Good morning, Citi TV. We thank God it's Friday, and I wish you all the best. Regards. Keep the fire burning, and we thank you for all that you're doing on Citi TV." Yusuf Raja says, "Amazing. I can't express my feelings. Watching all the way from Europe. I'm a proud Lunga." Yeah, he says, great job. All right, so thank you very much for all those messages coming through. Any final words as we wrap up the music segment?
Yeah, so I want to thank all those watching, and I encourage them to continue to embrace the tradition and contribute to it, so people will know more about us. As we have the Dagbani Comedians user group, we basically write content on Wikipedia
Okay.
to educate people and let people learn more about the tradition. So we write all these articles in Dagbani. Anybody at all can join us. We have handles on social media, so you can
What
join
are
us.
the handle? What's your handle?
Dagbani Wikimedians user group.
Dagbani Wikimedians
User group,
Okay.
yeah.
Is that on Facebook?
It's on
That's
Facebook, Twitter,
Okay.
and Instagram, YouTube. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Sadiq.
Thank you so
and thank
much.
you to you, Karim, also. Well, thank you very much for watching this segment of the show and staying with us all through. Thank you for all the messages coming from all over Tamale, outside the country, in Europe, Monrovia, and everywhere that you're watching us. We are grateful.